Hey guys, you're watching the Music Show Ireland with me, Nicola Brady Starr. On this month's show, I catch up with the incredible Foy Vance. We're only halfway through 2015 and he is absolutely smashing it. Not only did he release his Joy of Nothing live album, which was recorded in Bangor Abbey, he wrote and does lead vocals on Rudimenta's brand new single, Never Let You Go. He is currently on tour with his BFF Ed Sheeran and they hit London's Wembley Stadium this week. Here's what happened when I caught up with Foy.
So to talk about some of your songs, Indiscriminate Act of Kindness, wow, what an amazing song that is. I mean, when I first listened to that song, completely stopped me in my tracks, the lyrics, the story in that song. Tell me about that story. Is it a personal story, or where did it come from? Or?
Well, listen, it would be really, I would look like a really cool human if I said that it was a personal story. The truth of the matter is, it wasn't. No, I used to play every Friday night in a pub in Belfast, and I would drive home, and there was this prostitute just off Lennon Hall Street, which is kind of a renowned area for prostitution. And I would drive by her every time, and I don't want to sound discourteous, but she wasn't the best looking. Like, you know what I mean? Like I mean, I don't mean any disrespect, but like she just wasn't. That's the long, tall, short of it. You know what I mean? That's it. Yeah. And I don't know. Just every time I drove past her, I had this real sadness, just going like, wow, that's like double sad.
God love
her. You're out there in the street, and my mind started to run amok with all the scenarios that woman must find herself in to make a few quid, and laid heavy with me for a couple of days, and I guess the song came out of that, and I think at the time I was kind of, I guess I was interested in religion and reading the Bible at that stage, and that whole kind of kindness, salvation, just indiscriminate act of kindness. I guess it was born out of that. Yeah. But it is a complete set piece, I'm afraid. Yeah. I'd love to say that I was the guy in the song, but it's just complete imagination. Wouldn't it be lovely type of thing?
Definitely would. Yeah, it's a brilliant story.
Can we drink in your show?
Oh yes.
Is that right?
I forgot my drink downstairs, so I wish I had mine.
It's only blackcurrant anyway.
Of course, I'm sure. So Joy of Nothing album released last year, going amazing. Tell me a little bit about that album. Like, where did you record it?
Why?
Where?
Oh, where?
Well, you can tell me why you want.
Oh well, why not?
Exactly.
I recorded it in a studio just outside Kilmacrennan in Donegal, run by a guy called Tommy McLaughlin.
Middle of nowhere?
Middle of nowhere, of course. Yeah.
Perfect.
Of course, no, it had to be. It had to be. Tommy McLaughlin, he's the guitar player and sort of one of the masterminds behind the Villagers.
Oh.
So it's his studio, and it's very tastefully done. I mean, it's you've got the natural elements. You're standing in the studio looking out at these old mountains called the Sleeping Bishop, because it looks like a bishop lying down.
Oh yeah.
So you got a view of the mountains, and we put a fire pit out there specifically to have a fire so we could see that.
Yeah.
And the whole point of that, I guess, was because that album was written when I moved up to the Highlands of Scotland from London.
Yeah.
And it was, I've said it before, and it sounds like I'm, trying to put too fine a point on it, but it's genuinely the truth. I had this feeling that I'd moved from the humdrum of the music industry to the haunts of ancient bards. It just had this real sense of, like, when you kind of see the surroundings and you see the places that, you go to the places where Robbie Burns wrote the Burks of Aberfeldy, or, where he went to the pub in Kenmore and wrote poems and they're still on the wall. It's kind of reminiscent of a time when, that I like to hark back to, which is when people wrote music for music's sake. Nobody was concerned about getting famous. They certainly weren't concerned about getting paid. You know what I mean? It was just for the music. And I had a real sense of that when I moved to Aberfeldy. I don't know, I felt alive again. I felt, I love London. London's a great city, one of the greatest cities in the world, but just for me personally, it just wasn't conducive for, and the Highlands was. So it was very important to me that, the studio
kind of brought that flavor,
reflected
yeah,
that sort of sense of peace and quiet. So that, you know, we found Tommy's place, which was just perfect.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful studio.
Oh, cool. So your Joy of Nothing video has your gorgeous daughter in it. You come up with the idea for that, and where was that shot?
You know what? That wasn't much of an idea. It's a friend of mine called Marcus Haney, who has a new documentary out, actually. Watch it. It's, what's it called? It's called No Cameras Allowed, or No Past Need. I think it's No Cameras Allowed. He made a documentary about breaking into, or, you know, like sneaking into festivals. Anyway, it was Marcus Haney. He had an old VW camper, and Ella and I just toured America with Ed Sheeran and the Rizzle Kicks.
As you do.
Which is just, yeah, it's crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I keep saying that, you know, every night they brought me out, it must have just looked like they were wheeling Ed's demented uncle out for the crack. You know, like, who is this folk guy singing about heartbreak and cancer? You know, yeah, anyway, it was, but you know, it seemed, it was good fun. Anyway, so we had this tour for like a month and a half with those guys, and we were, you know, she was just buzzed up, and we had about 4 days off in LA, and Marcus, my friend, said, you know, why don't we just go in the camper van, drive up the PCH, drive up the coast, and you know, you sing the song a couple of times, we'll make a wee video. For me, it was more just documenting the end of an era for Ella and I, my daughter, because we'd have this beautiful, intense sometimes, but very beautiful time together on the road. That video, I love that video. Whether it's a good video or not, I don't know, because for me, it's just like it's you know,
your daughter time. It's like to have that moment in your life captured, say 20, 30 years time, for you to look back on that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Exactly, for, you know, and I'd heart like mine, I'd be sitting crying on my whiskey. That was back then.
Remember those days?
She is now. She never talked back then.
Your other video, Closed Handful of Friends, another outdoorsy kind of video.
I'm an outdoorsy kind of guy. Not in the hill walking, canoeing, abseiling sense, just more in the standing outside. I like to pee outside.
Why not?
If there's anything better than peeing outside, you can keep it to yourself. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know about it. It's my favourite thing. So
that's your favourite thing up in the Highlands of Scotland.
It's just great. Absolutely, that was a prerequisite for a house. You know, is it quiet and can I piss outside?
So the wind doesn't turn on you.
Exactly. Well, you know, I've got a nice bush.
So in that video, you play a piano under like a bottom of the lake or something. So you don't do that every day. What was that like? Or is that your idea?
Cold. Well, we started shooting the video. I shot that with a guy called Greg, or Baby Sweet is the name of his kind of, I guess that's his alter ego or his band name. I don't know. You have a band name? He's called Baby Sweet anyway, and he was shooting the video, and we did a little bit in the water, like 10 minutes in the water, and we came out, and we were meant to finish the video that day, and we both were looking at each other going, wouldn't it be great? Because the shots came out really nice, and we thought, wouldn't it be great to get a piano and submerge it? So we bought a bit more time, you know, called the label and all that, and said, listen, we're going to need another couple of weeks in this. So I had to source a piano, and bought a piano, and threw it in the river and played it. Well, pretend. It's still at my house. I kept it, because the thing was, when I got the piano, I got it from a guy called Gordon Walker, and I had a lovely chat with him. He's a typical Scots guy, just friendly, kind man. You know, do you want tea? Do you want biscuits? You know, that sort of guy.
Your dinner and you're like, just
that sort of guy.
Yeah.
He was a really lovely guy, and you know, I played the piano for a bit, and we put it up in the back of the van. I was up playing it, and we were all having a laugh. And he said, "Oh, I'm so glad that it's going to someone that's going to use it, because my wife played it every day, and she's been deceased for 2 years now." And I'm thinking, mate, I'm about to go and bucket in a river. You know, so I've sort of felt obligated to immortalise the piano, so I've kept it.
Where is it?
It's in my garden.
In your garden. Oh, wow, that's really cool. What's next for you? What's 2015 bring? Are you going to tour more? Are you writing? What's next?
I mean, I'm always writing. I'm always writing. And I guess now I'm more. I'm still writing, but I'm more thinking about, you know, the songs I've written over the last year and a bit or whatever it's been since writing Joy of Nothing.
Yeah.
And trying to find a plumb line that makes sense to go for the next record.
Mhm.
That's mainly it, really. And also, you know what? I left my house on the 16th of January. I packed my case on the 16th of January, and I unpacked it about a week ago.
Wow.
So
you've been on the road.
I'm also just allowing myself to, when I'm home, to just be.
Be at
You know,
home.
just be. You know,
Yeah.
go and sit out the back garden and you know,
Oh, yes.
watch the birds and watch my wrecked piano. You know, and just stop. So I'm kind of I'm it's nice to have a bit of a life as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
definitely. You need your own little time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Refocus
So
and just chill.
I guess I'm kind of doing that, playing a lot of pool.
Yeah.
That's what I do to calm down.
Yeah?
Yeah, nothing and pool. They're the two things I do to calm down.
Well, Foy, it's been absolutely amazing to talk to you. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.